Hello everybody, it is me, Jurassic Master, here to say that today we're doing a breakdown on episode 1, season 1, Loki. Now, I haven't done this in forever. Like, it's been a long time since we've done this. Like, I missed it. I genuinely missed it. But yeah, I'm gonna be breaking down this episode and all of that stuff. I have notes. So yeah, let's get started. Warning, there will be spoilers, so if you do not want any spoilers, click off the video right now. I will be talking about the episode, so there will be spoilers. This is lots of spoilers of the episodes. If you do not want any spoilers, click off the video now. And then come back and watch the video. So when Loki was being taken to the TVA, we could also see in the room a scroll that was in there. And I don't know if that means it definitely 100% means that scroll was out of line and messed up the timeline, but I just find it interesting that we see a scroll here. And I would think it would be a little bit hard to get your hands on a scroll because they are shapeshifters and they can change how they look to anybody they want. So they could, in theory, be anybody in the TBA, but yet again, they don't contain the memories of the previous person. So at the beginning of the scene when Loki has to get like all this test stuff, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but we're introduced to this robot looking thing, and when I saw this, instantly I thought of Herbie. And if you don't know who Herbie is like this little annoying robot thing that hangs out with the Fantastic Four and goes, "It's me, Herbie! I can't believe I did this!" And it's like, I genuinely, I don't really care for Herbie. Sounds a lot like Kirby. Kirby. No. But I think that's supposed to be Herbie. And if it is, that's a pretty cool callback. But yeah, I think that is Herbie. I think it's funny when the dude says, please verify and sign that you have said everything, or this is everything you have ever said. And then he says, what? And then the printer thing goes off and does another sheet. I thought that was pretty funny. And then gets dropped down, and this dude right here says, are you sure? Do you know you're not a human, not a robot, or and soul, that kind of stuff? And Loki's like, how would I not know if I'm not a robot? And he says, just walk on through, and then Loki just hesitates and says, well, maybe I don't know if I'm a robot. I just thought it was really funny. So we are introduced to these three characters. They are called the Timekeepers. Now, there was a lot of stuff on them, like a lot. I sort of just, basically gist of them is just like what the little commercial said with that clock thing, or clock person, little clock girl, I think. And like saying like, oh, they were from an alternate universe, or from they're supposed to keep everything in the timeline balanced. The thing is, they have often in the comics bend stuff to their will whenever they wanted to. So I'm wondering if they're gonna bend some stuff to their will throughout the series. So when they were talking about the clock, we got this little kind of ad saying, "Oh, you probably are wondering why are you really here." Well, here's an explanation of the whole multiverse thing, and they mentioned Nexus. Yeah, Nexus. And instantly, when they said Nexus, it reminded me of WandaVision. Now, in WandaVision, it was an ad. And I thought that was really off and, like, super out there. So now I'm wondering if we're going to get, like the commercials were the Timekeepers / maybe Mephisto. So we might get an explanation for what that Hydra commercial was in the first 2 episodes, which I will not forget. I want an answer. What does that mean? This is bigger than the FNAF 4 chest. Who was the one who was in control of that? I want to know who was in control of all the commercials, especially for the first 2, because I had like so many theories of like, now it's this person. I'm ranting. I gotta keep this video going, but I want to know, you people at Marvel Studios, I see what you're doing. I can see it. I'm trying to break it down. Tell me. So we see the dude say, walk up to this little girl and ask who did this, and then it shows a picture of this person. Now, I'm assuming that's probably Mephisto. I'm assuming this is probably clearly Mephisto here that she's basically mentioning. Also, later, we learn the name of the person, and it is Agent Mobius. Now, Agent Mobius in the comics, like this. Now, in the comics, he basically was a person who was I guess you could say, a TVA lawyer. He went to capture the Fantastic Four for a little bit. Then She-Hulk got into the TVA, and basically he became She-Hulk's lawyer, saying, "Hey, She-Hulk is important. We got to keep him around." So, back to what I was saying about Morbius. Now, the little girl had a little thing in her hand called Bluey's Blueberries. Now, at first, I really don't know what this means, but I'm assuming this is connected to Mephisto because this thing here. I do not have an image of Mephisto to pull on the screen right now because I did not put a picture. So Loki asks, "How does time work here?" And Agent Mobius says, "Well, time works a little different here." I'm kind of wondering if they are in limbo of just there is no time. Time does not exist, and that's why the collar around his neck, he can just be teleported to the exact place that he just was. Of like, that's why it works here only. I think it's funny when Loki says, "I am the boss. Like, I'll do whatever I want. I am smart." And Agent Mobius says, "Yes, you are." And he says, I know that." And Mobius is like, "Yep, you sure are." And then he tries to get, Loki tries to get, like, they're arguing, and Loki tries to get up, and he's just like, gets teleported back in the chair. And Loki says, "I was trying to make a statement." He's like, "Oh, okay, continue." He's like, "No, it doesn't matter now." I thought that was really funny. Oh, whoa. So, we got Infinity Stones, like a lot of them, like a lot, like a lot of times, like different types of stones. And it really brings up the question of how many times have people tried to destroy the multiverse? Like, then I'm like, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. Think about like how many times people have tried to destroy the multiverse here. Like, at least 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, at least 4 times. 5. Like, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 times. So, like, wow. And the Reality Stone is the most one. You would think it would be time and reality. Maybe even space. You wouldn't see power one be too much. Maybe the soul one. I would expect the power one to be the least amount. Because I see 4 power stones. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that's blue. I don't know. That looks purplish to me. Maybe a little bit blue. But, like, just think about, like, how many times that's happened. Because it's like people here at the TVA are like, "Oh, yeah, we use them for paper holders." And I'm like, you're using the strongest thing to just hold down paper? Excuse me, what? But I think that's pretty crazy. And at the end of the episode, there's a big twist. And the big twist is the person here is Loki, which I find very interesting. I was thinking it was Jake the Ripper, but no, it is not Jake the Ripper. And Jake the Ripper is basically like a henchman of Dormammu and sort of messes around with the multiverse, which I'm a little disappointed. But at the end of the episode, Loki gets the time-changing bomb thingy. He can do a lot with that. Like, there is a lot that he could do right there. Like, he could honestly destroy the TVA. He could prevent his death happening he could bring back his mother. Like he could win against all the Avengers. He could become king of Asgard before like Thor becomes king, of like resetting that. Like he can do a lot with this power. And I'm pretty excited what he could do. Like there's a lot he could do. I'm very excited where they're going to take this. Like if he's about to get caught, he could always use one of like, oh, I gotta get away. Uses it. Like he could do a lot. There's a lot of potential here that could happen. I'm very excited. This show is so far doing really good. But I think that's all I have to say. So thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me that you took the time to watch the end of this video. Now, thank you so much, guys, for watching the end of this video. I haven't done a video like this in forever. I miss doing videos like this. Don't get me wrong, I really love doing SFM. If you have any SFM ideas, suggest them and let me know, and I'll try to make them. And maybe I'll shout you out in a video. If you give me an idea to make one, I'll shout you out and be like, hey, this is this person's idea. Thank you for the idea. But thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me you watched the end of this video. Excuse me. And remember, hairspray and deodorant does not belong on the waffle maker.